Hello, everybody. My name is Jessie Terrian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I'm located in sunny Las Vegas. In my craft room, we do all things paper craft. And apparently, my mouth isn't going to work today for me, so buckle in for a bumpy ride. Hey, Mom. How you doing? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Sherry. Sorry I'm a little late, guys. Hi, Tammy. You guys are on it, and I was late. What are we going to do? Okay, I just had a panic. The sound is going. You guys can hear me. You can see me. We're all good. This is the first card making live on my main page for the year. I'm going to try not to hit the table and make y'all seasick. I'm a little rusty, a little out of practice. I had a day today, guys. I had a day. I worked for hours on my website for registration so people could start registering and paying and all the good things. Hours of work. And I was just about to save and activate all the changes. And I just wanted to move one little character a, just a notch over, just to make it symmetrical. You know what I mean? And in doing that, I don't know, something happened. The website crashed, it timed out, and I lost every bit of work. Every bit of work that I did today. I had a good cry. I freaked out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's okay. I can redo it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, when you put your heart and soul into something and you were so close and then it falls apart and you're just like, yeah, that's where we're at. That's today. I love it. So I stopped doing all that, had a chat with Mom. She came over and visited for a little while. I needed a pep talk. And then got back to work making a gorgeous card for our first card of the year. I don't really know what type of card, like if this type of card has a name with the box, but I wanted something pretty but simple for our first card. So it fits in the envelope flat. It pops up. You put your sentiment on the back, and we are using the lovely and beautiful suite. Part of it. We're not using the whole thing, but we're going to focus on one suite at a time. And so this is our first card, and we're going to use some of the stamps, some of the dies. I'll show you all the things. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing, by the way? Hey, Karen. How are you, my friend? Um, yes, Sherry, I'm okay now. I'm okay. I mean, it was a thing. I didn't know. I was like, that's it. I'm rage quitting. No, no, we're not even having it. We're not having a retreat. I don't even like it anymore. Like it was like that. It was like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little crick in my neck. I need to learn to calm down. But, you know, here we are now. Here's where we live. It's fine. I'm calm. And the weird thing is, like, I worked myself up so much that I'm sitting in here and I got this weird smell of like lavender from nowhere. Like, I don't have lavender soap. There's no lavender air freshener. There's nothing lavender in here. Okay. There's no lavender outside my house. And it smelled so strongly of it. I was like, great. Now I'm hallucinating. Now I have phantom smells. I don't even know what that's about. Oh wait, is it my hold on. Okay, no. And it is not my laundry soap because I was like, oh, just now I was like, maybe it's just my laundry soap and I'm crazy, which could be very possible. What are we gonna do? It's 2026. It's the same old me. What did you expect? Oh Lord. And I had 2 weeks off, so there was like all that time for my brain to get empty. I have to relearn things. So here we go. All right. Oh my gosh, I really do have a crook in my neck. I'm going to flip down. We're going to get started. I got time for this. Here we go. chit chat amongst yourselves too. Oh, wrong button even. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to show you all the things. This is the suite. Now, we're not going to use all of this today, and I have showed you this, but just for a little refresher. So in this suite, you're going to get this pretty ribbon. It has gold weaving through it. Very pretty. We will use this at some point, I promise. You get 2 stamp and die sets. So Simply Beautiful dies. And this goes with Simply Beautiful stamps. Now, it looks to me like you can cut out the stamped images. That's the solid images. And you can kind of see where they're going to line up with the different ones. And then on top of that, you can add embellishment pieces to like tuck in, layer on top. Very pretty. This has a total wedding vibe. We're going to use some of the sentiments from Simply Beautiful today, but we are not going to use the dies. So we'll put the dies aside. We'll keep out the stamps. Now, the second stamp set you get in that suite is Beautifully Celebrated. So this has some really nice sentiments. I love the different font. So A Day to Remember. This calls for celebration, simply the best. And then it has some baby's breath and other things. This goes really nice with this because you can have all your foliage stamped, right? And then have your 3D flowers that you build with this. So I'm really digging the mixed matched die and stamp sets with this suite. We're not going to use this one today. So I'm going to set that aside. Now, the Beautifully Celebrated die set coordinates with our sentiments and things, but also is a standalone, I feel, because here are those graduated nice shapes that you could really use on anything. So if you're like, yeah, I have enough flowers, I'm not into anything, still consider just a standalone die set just for these alone. See? How many things could you use that for? For pictures, for scrapbooking, for card focal points, fancy edges. I mean, I can think of a ton of things. You get some baby's breath there, you get another leaf, and you also get these neat corner pieces. We're definitely going to have to play with those too. All right, so we will be using this today. So like I said, we're mixing and matching the stamp and die sets from that suite today for this card. Then you get a pack of DSP. I'm not going to go through every page, but just the basic gist of this pack is these beautiful pastel colors. You get a floral on one side with some gold embossing. Ooh, pretty. And then on the other side, coordinating pastels with a nice pattern. So we're going to use some of that paper today. Get that out of the way. And you get these gorgeous sparkly gems. These are called the pearlized faceted circles. They're so sparkly and stunning in person. They definitely, the camera is not picking up how pretty they are, but trust me, don't sleep on these. Okay, and then we're going to use, I'm obsessed with these. These are the Beautifully Adorned Ephemera Pack. So it's really thick vellum that you can stamp on and colorize. And they're really good quality. You hear that? Thick. You know what I'm saying? So they hold up beautifully. They're not going to curl when you glue them down. And they're so thick that really when you put the adhesive on them, it's not going to show through. Really good quality. We're going to use these today. Okay, so that's everything that comes in the suite and what we're doing today. Here is a close-up of the card. So it folds down flat. It's an A2 size card, and then it pops up so it's nice for display. And it gives you a lot of room to write on the back all your little note of encouragement and congratulations. So this is what we're doing today. See what I mean? I needed something easy. Easy but beautiful, because with this set, it does the work for you. Okay, I've pre-done our lives today, but I'll just go through what I did and you will have all the measurements for you on the pictorial after. Okay, so we're going to take our basic A2 card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5. And then we got to do some scoring. Okay, so you're going to do 1/2 inch. You are going to do, hold on, I made myself notes, 1 3/4 inch. You're going to do 3 inches, and then you're going to do 4 1/4. So 4 score lines down there. Now, grab your bone folder, fold it in half, like we do to make our cards, but then we're going to keep folding. And we're going to do mountain fold on all of them to create our box. So you want really nice cut creases and press down so that they're nice and angular to create that box, okay? Like this. Now, before we assemble the box, we're going to decorate it a little bit. So it's going to go in like this, and we're going to see the outside pieces. I've cut some of that DSP, 3 1-inch by 5 1/4 inch strips, and I'm going to glue them inside the panels. Now you could do this with any set, any paper choice. It really would work well with anything that you have sets that you can like build upon. You know what I mean? Maybe they're scene setter sets, maybe they have flowers or butterflies or, you know, anything where it would work for layered looks. You could use this type card. And we've used this base quite a few times now for different things, and it's really just one of those basic, once you know how to do it, you can customize it any way you need to. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to put some adhesive on this 1/2 inch little strip right here. Like that. You can use liquid, but then you're going to have to hold it while it dries. And what I want you to do is I want you to fold the front on that second score line like this. Okay? So the adhesive's up, the first panel is facing you. Now you're going to fold it and close the card on top of itself. Okay? So if it makes more sense, I know I keep flipping it around. You want to fold this half of the flap underneath with the adhesive facing down, and then just put some pressure to get it to stick. Boom. There's your card base done. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? That seems pretty easy. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? All right. So if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I can go back over it, but we're going to move forward. Now, we're going to take this little panel piece and put it inside. And I know I'm covering up that beautiful gold and flowers, but since I used them on the outside and we have a lot going on with the focal point, I just felt like the pattern made more sense. Oh, hold on. I'm doing this. I'm weird. I know. I flip it all the way around. I think it's just the way my brain works. It's easier for me. I'm left-handed to smooth it out and do it this way and then flip it back right side up. Okay. So the main part of our card is already done, and now we get to stamp and play with the pretties. How easy, right? So we're going to start now with the back of the card. I have another strip of that DSP. I'm just going to throw it down here. Got it. And I want to make sure I had all my pieces. Let's do some stamping. So I already pre-blocked what I wanted to use, but we're going to use on the back wedding wishes and then on the front to the happy couple. And I had stamped in what is this? Highland Heather to match my focal point piece. But it kind of, I like it, but for me, it wasn't enough of a pop. So we're going to do some black memento on the second card and see if I like it better. And then you guys can tell me which one you think looks the best. Okay, help me figure out my life, besties. Here we go. Wait a minute. I'm using photopolymer, so I'm putting that silicone mat underneath. Now, I'm letting it rest there, light pressure. You don't want to crush your stamp, okay? Yes, see, to me, that just pops a little bit better. It might be my eyesight. This isn't bad. I mean, if you did it in that, it's certainly in the paper and it all coordinates, but there's just something about that. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Now I'm going to play with this a little bit. And put a little bit of gold ephemera piece on it. Just like that. Just a little something extra I thought of. If you have a lot of writing, maybe don't. I'm channeling my inner Karen today, and I'm using dry adhesive. Are you impressed, guys? For those of you that don't come to my in-persons or don't live, my friend Karen doesn't really like liquid glue. She likes the dry adhesive, and I always pick on her because I was a glue girly before I met her. So she converted me, guys. So now anytime I use it, I think of her, which isn't a bad thing. Okay. So now we're going to do the front stamping. Little reminder for the new year. When inking up your stamps, tapping, kissing, kiss it lightly. Okay? Tap, tap, tap. It picks it up. That's what it was made for. It's going to work, I promise. Then we're going to just try to make it straight. I'm putting it upward and to the right a little bit just because of my flower embellishment. Depending on your sentiment, you may adjust that. If you don't know where you want your sentiment, and mine was a little crooked, but we're not gonna talk about it. You maybe play with everything before you put it down, okay? Just so you know where your stamping's gonna be. Now, next thing. Oh yeah, I forgot something. Hold on. Oh, good lordy. Guys, you need to pray for me. It's been a day. I don't know. Okay, there is a little mechanism in here, and we are going to do it live in front of your eyes because when I recreated this for today, I did not make one. And in addition to that, I didn't put it in the pictorial. So I have some homework to do myself when we are all done. But hey, it's okay. We're just hanging out. Okay, let me grab our handy dandy paper trimmer. Now this is super easy. Once you have the measurements, you see me do it once, you'll be able to do it. Let me see if I can reach the paper. Okay, I got my scrap paper back out. Okie dokie. So you're going to need a piece of paper that's 4 1/4. Let me see what we got going on here. And no, I'm not really paper saving right now. I'm in a rush, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is 4 1/4 by 1 1/4 inches. And then we need to score it. So the scores, you just need two, is 2.5 inches. And 3 3/4. Okay, so now we have the mechanism. You could just glue this to this, like glue it halfway, but I felt like structurally it was kind of flopping around out there, and I like to have that bar for the movement, okay? It also helps guides and holds the card open with a little bit more. So all you have to do for this is fold down your score lines. You're going to put a little bit of adhesive on that tiny tab that's going to fold under, and then some adhesive on the long tab. So each end is going to get some adhesive. However, the piece that's going up, the adhesive is going to be on the bottom, and the piece that's going to sit down on the card flat is going to go underneath, okay? So does everybody understand that? Now, how I did this, I have to think about this. I had a handy dandy thing for this too. Okay. You're going to stick the bar in the middle first. So that first stick line like this. So your strip is out flat. You're stuck down to your card on the middle of the second strip. And now we have this curled part with the adhesive on the top, and we're going to curl it, fold it under in half. Let me show you. Like that. Okay. And straight flat down. Okay. So we're gluing it to the front, and then we're gluing it to the base of the card, and it's going to create a little bar that has movement for your focal point to sit on, okay? So we've corrected our little faux pas there. We got this, guys. Now, you're going to cut a focal point shape out, whatever shape you have. I'm using the new one from the new set. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys can hear that dinging. All right, I'm going to put a little adhesive on the middle of our stabilizer bar. And I'm going to stick, and I've got a shadow here, so hold on. I'm going to stick the focal point right in the middle. You don't want to go over your card or else it's not going to fit properly in the envelope. Okay? So try to stick it in the middle straight, but not over. This side, it can come over here. That's not going to matter. You just don't want it off the card. Okay? I never do anything perfectly straight. We know this about me, so it's fine. There we go. Okay. So now we have that focal point. It's not impeding getting the card in the envelope, which is important if you plan on using that. Now I cut out some baby's breath and we're going to go back to our ephemera and I'm going to grab some leaves. So let me grab a big white one. I'm just kind of flipping through. Little one, a gold one. What else did I use? I think that's what I used, right? Yep, 3 pieces. Got it. Okie dokie. Now, what I did was kind of played with it before I stuck it down, but since I'm just copying my sample, but before you put, oh, come on, before you put adhesive, maybe just play with where you want your placement to be. So I'm going to put one there. Like that. I'm going to put one over here. Ding. I don't know who it is, but someone's texting. And every time they text or like something, it's like ding, ding. Can you hear that? Oh, my nerves are shot, friends. Don't text right now. Okay. Now I'm going to pop up that middle. That's going to hide all that, weirdness going on. Nobody's going to know. All right. Try to get that center and straight if you can. No. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, but maybe I should focus on making the words straight. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, we're going to go with it. Now, let me you get a ton of these ephemera sheets. You get 6 sheets, 2 of each. Now I'm going to stick that on there. Make sure you don't cover up your words and make sure your flower is kind of where you want it. And then I'll just put one more leaf like that. Okay, so the last thing we have to do, yes, can you believe it? I got my act together, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Is these gorgeous gems. Now, this is a wedding card, so I feel like it needs a lot of bling. You know what I'm saying? They're starting off their new life. They need to do it in style. So here we go. This would also look really pretty with pearls for a wedding. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody do it. Dance. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Elated. We got it done. All right, so there's the two cards done. So now I need to know, what is your jam? Do you rather the lighter lettering, or is the black lettering really speaking to you? This is what I need to know. Both are good. There is no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious. So I'm going to take a drink real quick and then I will flip up, but I don't want to do that, in front of you because I'm not sponsored to do so. That's what I'm saying. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, we're back. We're back, besties. That is what I have for you today. We did it. We got through it. Wasn't too bad. I even forgot a piece, but that's par for the course. If you're just joining me, I'm so happy you found me. If you're watching from YouTube, do all the YouTubey things. Consider subscribing. We have a good time over here. I have a wonderful community. I'm still going to be a hot mess, but some people they sign up for that. I don't know. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to get off of here and get on with my night. I love you all. I appreciate you. I will be back on tomorrow, 1 o'clock Pacific time, on my Stampin' Blends Club page doing a color with me. So if you happen to be crafting and you're near your computer, tablet, or phone, consider signing in and hanging out with me. We can craft and chat. Okay? Bye. Love ya.